At 61, she finally broke her silence about the relationship everyone had been whispering about for decades. The truth behind those camera-ready smiles and the bond that millions assumed was unbreakable. For years, fans watched two young girls grow up together on one of television's most beloved shows, their characters radiating warmth and sisterly love. But what was really happening when the cameras stopped rolling? The answer, as it turns out, is far more complex than anyone imagined. We're talking about Melissa Gilbert, the girl who captured America's heart as Laura Ingalls on Little House on the Prairie, and her co-star Melissa Sue Anderson, whose on-screen friendship seemed picture-perfect, but whose real relationship told a very different story. Born in Los Angeles on May 8, 1964, Melissa Gilbert's journey into Hollywood began just one day after her birth when actors Paul Gilbert and Barbara Crane adopted her, immersing her instantly into a world of creativity and performance. Growing up surrounded by the entertainment industry, she landed commercials early, including one for Alpo dog food alongside Lauren Bacall. But nothing could prepare her for what came next. In 1973, at just 9 years old, Melissa beat out over 500 children to win the role of Laura Ingalls. Learning she got the part from none other than Michael Landon's daughter, Leslie, who attended her school. For nearly a decade, from 1974 to 1983, Little House on the Prairie became a cultural phenomenon, and Melissa Gilbert became a household name, working alongside Melissa Sue Anderson day after day, year after year. But here's where the fairy tale image starts to crack. Now, 6 decades into her life, Gilbert has finally revealed what it was really like sharing that experience with Anderson. And her words paint a picture far more nuanced than fans ever suspected. "We had a connection from the very beginning," Gilbert admitted. "Being on Little House on the Prairie at such a young age, we were thrown into a world of fame and scrutiny. And that creates a unique kind of friendship. But it wasn't always smooth sailing." She explained that while their characters portrayed idyllic relationships on screen, the reality behind the scenes was far more complicated. People saw us as perfect little girls with perfect lives. But the truth is, we were just kids navigating a highly unusual environment, she confessed. Gilbert spoke candidly about the pressures of child stardom, the long hours, the constant observation, and how those circumstances could amplify even the smallest tensions. There were moments of jealousy, misunderstanding, and insecurity. But that's part of growing up in a world that doesn't give you space to just be a kid, she reflected. What's striking is Gilbert's maturity in discussing their bond. She emphasized there was never animosity, but rather an understanding that growing up together under such extraordinary circumstances creates a relationship that does unfit conventional friendship molds. We each had our own paths. Sometimes those paths diverged, and that's natural. You can care for someone deeply and still need to find yourself apart from them. Despite the challenges, Gilbert expressed profound respect for Anderson, calling her one of the most genuine, talented people I've ever known, and crediting her with teaching lessons about professionalism and quiet strength. Her decision to speak openly at 61 comes from a place of perspective and clarity that only time can provide, honoring the complexity of a connection that shaped both women's lives without needing to defend or explain herself to anyone. So, which revelation surprised you most about this Hollywood friendship? If you enjoy these untold Hollywood stories, don't forget to subscribe to Old Hollywood Pulse. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next one.